How do you think China is going to try to manage this idea, stablecoin adoption? A lot of chatter around how Hong Kong is going to be really the test bed here. How much of an appetite do you think China has in this stablecoin initiative? Is it because they just don't want to lose out to the US dollar linked stablecoin system?
I think it's a super hot topic. There's a lot of work going on around stablecoins. A lot of it is very interesting. I think Chinese regulators will be very wary of any kind of innovations around this. For China, the elephant in the room for the past 10 years has always been capital flight and various vehicles for capital flight to happen. And so I think any kind of initiative that is PBOC driven, that is government driven, will obviously go ahead, but anything private is a total no-no.
Okay, so they're not going to go for the idea of a private stablecoins, but perhaps something of a hybrid between stablecoin and a CBDC, central bank digital currency?
Exactly. So China is a pioneer in the CBDC space, and there are reasons for that, which are related to the capital flight issue that I was talking about before. In fact, CBDC, from the perspective of control, are perhaps even more desirable than having a lot of fiat cash in circulation. So if Chinese regulators are behind a financial innovation of this kind, then I think it's possible and it may move forward. But the capital flight issue for China is paramount.
What about Hong Kong? If China is trying to use Hong Kong as a stablecoin testbed, which seems to be the thinking for many who are watching this very aggressive push for a stablecoin here in Hong Kong, could that somehow complicate Hong Kong dollar peg to the US dollar? Of course, it's a chronic debate, but the stablecoin could make it a little bit different and more meaningful.
I mean, the Hong Kong dollar peg has existed for many, many years, and the HKMA has demonstrated really an exceptionally good track record in terms of maintaining it through all kinds of ups and downs. There has been periodic speculation that the peg would break. That's invariably wrong. The HKMA is really firmly in the saddle. So I think the question again comes down to whether and to what extent any kind of financial innovation, and stablecoins are just one of those, are a conduit for flows that could endanger the peg. And I think that's a second order issue, honestly, from my perspective.